Hey guys, it's Jeremy. I'm going to go over something today. Best and worst ways to cook your food, to eat right. First, I'm going to start with the basic differences in cooking. Different ways of cooking. You might know these already, although hopefully you might learn something a little different. I will be leaving in the description the website used to define these. The website that I used definitely defined them better than I can, so I will be leaving the link to that site in the description. Grilling, it's cooking your food over direct heat, exposed to flames with a hot surface. Heat comes from underneath. You can grill over an open flame or in a grill pan. Grill grates can be used, and the food, depending on how you cook it, the food that is grilled will usually wind up having some charred lines on it. Steaming. For steaming, food is placed in a steamer which is kept over hot liquid, usually water. The steam cooks the food, but the water or liquid being used for steaming does not come in contact with the food itself. Searing refers to browning of food. Usually it comes under boiling, less than 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Seared food leaves a brown and caramelized appearance from the outside. Can be seared with small amounts of fat or used over high heat to give that caramelized appearance. It usually means it's browned a little bit. Caramelizing means the browning of sugars. While the inside is not always cooked through, searing of fish or meats is quite common. Boiling, usually done in water, although it can be done in fat. In this method, food is completely immersed and boiled until soft and tender. Saute. To saute food, it's one of the most common things we use while cooking anything. Food is cooked in a little oil or fat until it turns tender. This is usually done in a pan, and the food is cooked over medium to high heat. Barbecuing. Barbecuing requires foods like meats and briskets to be cooked for a long time and slowly over heat that is fueled with smoke produced from either coal or wood. Shallow frying. Here, the oil that you cook in only reaches about half an inch up in the pan from the bottom. Food is cooked on one side first, turned over, and cooked on the other side so it's completely cooked. Deep frying, not good for you. Deep frying means cooking in hot oil or fat. Food is cooked until the food turns golden. It is crispy on the outside usually, and the inside is cooked completely. Stewing. Stewing is similar to braising. The ingredients are first seared, then cooked in liquid. Blanching. Blanching and boiling are very similar, but in blanching, the food is partially cooked. It's then frozen. Usually, a lot of restaurants do this. They'll be frozen or in an ice bath overnight to stop cooking, and then it is recooked again. But let me insert something. When people hear fry, saute, whatever it is, anything similar to that, they may think deep fry, cooking in peanut oil, some high cholesterol, high fat problem. This does not have to be the case. That is a misconception. This is something I tell my family as well about alternative foods or alternative oils alternatives that will not give you that same cholesterol problem. There are many other types of oils to cook in that are actually good for you. Let me clarify. This does not mean you cook in these all day long and you do everything because it's a better oil for you. That does not mean that. There is still fat. It could still come back. If you use too much, it'll come back to hurt you. You know, a cholesterol problem or a weight problem. But there are some good oils that will feed your body properly. Remember learning in school that in America, there's also something called omega-6s. We hear about omega-3s. The reason we hear only omega-3s and not omega-6 is because in America we get our omega-6s as they are with our diets. that leaves an imbalance to the omega-3s. We have to supplement or do something else, cook different, preferably cook differently with omega-3 polyunsaturated fats. Some of these, that we can use are avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, pumpkin seed oil, hemp seed oil, flaxseed oil. That's fairly common. And sunflower seed oil. That might be common too. Benefits of flaxseed and flaxseed oil could be another video. But basically, I'm telling you all this to tell you the best and worst ways to cook. I define those to lead here. Best ways to cook. Some of the better, I should say, ways to cook. Steaming. Keeps the nutrients in the food. Also makes food more digestible for those with digestive issues. Among the better ways to cook. Stir frying. If you use the proper oil, such as flaxseed oil or avocado oil, this is a good way to cook. Baking, roasting, broiling keeps in flavor and nutrition, does not cook out the nutrition as much, and the excess fat can be dripped away. Maybe sometimes in commercial kitchens they will keep the excess waters, the excess fat that drips away to cook for other things. Now let's go to worst ways to cook. Deep frying. I'm sure you all know this. The types of oils that are used in restaurants, they go for cheap. They don't go for your health benefit. They want to spend as little as possible, make the most money as possible. Deep frying. Kills off nutrients, adds fat. Probably the wrong type of fat. It's probably saturated cholesterol fat. Even if it's one of the healthier types that's used for deep frying, it's still likely to be too much. Microwaving in plastic. The general consensus is general. There might be some more better studies that I don't know about. But long-term effects of microwaving are generally not known. And when you cook in plastic, when you microwave in plastic, that plastic can be leached into the food. It can be cooked slightly into the food. And that's really it. Quick video. But my own opinion is sauteing in those healthier fats. Baking, roasting, broiling. Sauteing is always good for you. And just a little quick video to help you cook a little bit better.